Welcome Math 30-1 to Lesson 7 of exponential and logarithmic functions. In today's lesson, we're going to be combining the laws of logarithms. Okay, so we've learned so far about the product law, the quotient law, and the power law. Now we're going to be combining them all together. Well, we've already kind of combined these two, but we're also going to combine the quotient law, the power law in there. Okay, here we go. It says, recall from class example 5, as shown before, determine in lesson 6, determine this here. Alright, now show how this problem can be solved using combinations of the logarithms without removing a common factor. Okay, so we want to use the combinations. So last time we had to factor. Remember, I had to factor out the 3. So we're going to do it without that. So we have 3 log 2p minus 3 log 2q. Right there. Now we're going to simplify this. I can move these 3's on top because of my power law. So I get log 2, and I'm going to have p to the 3 minus log 2q to the power of 3. Because that's my power law. Now I can divide these. So I end up getting log, there we go, log 2, and when I get p to the 3 all over q to the 3. Alright? Because this means division. We use my quotient law. Now I'm looking at this. Hey, I could take out a common exponent. So that's log 2 to the, what is it? P over Q, all to the power of 3. And now I'm going to move that 3 back in front. So I have 3 log 2 P over Q. And now I know P over Q is the same thing as 8. So it's 3 log 2, and then I'm going to have 8, which is this here is equal to 3, so I have 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 9. So there, we just found out another way of doing it, which could be actually a lot simpler. It's sometimes difficult, and people always forget to factor out something to combine them, okay? Let's take a look at my next one here. It says, use the law of logarithms to write the following. Okay. So I'm going to use the law of logarithms to write the following. There we go. So I'm going to go 1 over 2 log base A 16, and we're subtracting 1 over 3 log base A 8. So first of all, to combine these, well, we need them to both be log, so I'm going to get rid of my exponents. So I'm going to get log A, and we want 16 to the 1 over 2, and we're going to subtract log, it's in base A, and we have 8 to the 1 over 3. Well, this is like saying the square root of 16, which is going to give me 4. Log A 4. Subtract. This here is like saying 8 to the third root is going to be 2. Log A 2. Now this here, the subtraction means we could divide. Yes! So we're going to have log 4, base A 4 over 2. Which gives me log base A 2 as my final answer. Nice and simplified. There we go. Let's take a look at my next one. Now evaluate if A is 32. So I want log 32 is, and log base 32 is 2. Okay, so that's like saying 2 to the, or 32 to the power of something is 2. Well, that's going to have to be 1 over 5, because I know 2 to the power of 5 is 1 over 2, and the inverse would be 1 over 5, right? Okay? And there we go. Okay? So there we go. Let's take a look at my next one. So here it says, evaluate the following function without the use of a calculator. Sorry, the last one was actually without the use of a calculator. So we have 3 log x, subtract log x cubed. Well, this is 3 log x, subtract, well, we could bring this 3 down in front, 3 log x, which will give me 0. That's it. Let's take a look at the next one. We want to do this without the use of a calculator. Okay, so this is going to give me log 25, or log 5 squared, plus log 2 squared, which gives me log 25 plus log 4, which ends up giving me log 100. That's it. Well, this is this. This is in base 10, so that's equal to 2. Let's take a look at my next one. Oh, well, we want this one. It's in base 3, and we want to try and get this one without the use of a calculator. So I'm going to separate them first. This is a very big number. I don't like that number, so I'm going to separate. So I'm going to have log, and I'm going to have base 3, 27 to the 3, subtract log, on base 3, 81 to the 4. Okay? So I'm going to put this 3 in front, so I have 3 log base 3, 27, subtract 4 log base 3, 81. I move this one in front. Okay, now what can we do? I know 3 to the power of 3 is 27. Okay? So I have 3 multiplied by 3. We know 3 to the power of 4 is 81. So subtract 4 multiplied by 4. So I'm going to have 9 subtract 16, which will give me a total of -7 as my answer. Okay? That's it. All right. Now, let's take a look at my next one. It says, if log base 2x is equal to a, determine the expression for log base 2 16x squared. All right. Let's take a look at this here. What does it want us to do again? Sorry, log base 2x is equal to a, determine the expression for that. Okay, so this is a. So I want to put this and make that equal to that. So let's see if we can separate this. Log, see, 2, we have 16x squared. So I'm going to first move this in front. So I'm going to have 2 log 2 16x. Okay? Oh, sorry, I can't do that yet. First I have to separate these into multiplication because the squared only reveals to the x. So we have to go log 16 plus, log 2 16 plus log 2x squared. Okay? Now I look at this. 2 to the power of what is equal to 16? That's going to be 4. So 4 plus, now here we can bring the 2 in front, 2 log 2x. And I said this here is equal to a. So I end up getting 4 plus 2a as my answer. That's it. Okay? Let's take a look at my next one. It says write the following expression as a single logarithm. There we go. Now we have log b minus log a. So we want to combine all these into a single logarithm. So let's do, all my exponents are out, good. So now let's combine all my atoms. We get log, where's this? This is going to be BD. Those are done. Then I have to subtract. Ooh, I want to put this on top. So that 5 is going to go on top. So let's tweak that up. So we're going to have log e to the 5. And we have minus log a squared. And we have plus, and I'm going to go log a 1 over 2. Okay? There we go. So let's try and continue this now. I did have some exponents that went on top that I missed. Okay, so let's combine these to this. So we have log e divided by e to the 5, and we have also to divide by a squared, and we multiply by a to the 1 over 2. Okay, so everything there looks pretty good, but we have to simplify some things. These a's can simplify. Remember exponent laws? Division means we subtract. So we have log. So this is going to go from there, so that's going to give me 3 over 2. 2 subtract 1/2 is 3 over 2. We get e to the 5 and a to the 3 over 2. And that is my final answer. That's as simplified as we can go. So hopefully you understood this, and if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. If you need me to explain anything a bit more, don't be afraid to ask tomorrow as we try and solve these together.